Hi everybody, this is Bonnie from Bonnie's Creative Place, and I am here with card number 1 from our September online class. For the month of December, we decided to use the Christmas Barn set and die, and so this is card number 1. So let's get started. If you want more information on joining my online class, the information is over on my blog, and the link to my blog is in the description box below. So this is the card we're going to make. Isn't it gorgeous? Isn't it so cute? I absolutely love it. So I'm going to set this up here so I can see it, and it's kind of out of my way. Now, if I don't tell you a measurement or something, sometimes I get telling them, sometimes I don't. If I don't worry, it's all in your tutorial when you get your kit. But you need a regular A2 card, 8.5 by 5.5, and scored at 4 1/4 in the middle. And then we need a Bombing Blue card, which is 5 1/4 by 4, and then we need a piece of Whisper White for stamping and some die cutting. So we'll put that aside. So first thing we're going to do is we are going to die cut this. So I'm going to, fold this, die cut, fold it. So I'm going to fold it right in half, just like that. And then we have our Bombing Blue, which is going to go right on top. So let's get this on here. And we're just going to line it up. There we go. So we have that. We can set that aside for now. Now we're going to bring in our piece of Whisper White. I need to get my mat here because these are photopolymer stamps, so I need to have my stamping mat. And I am going to be taking, let me look at my sheet over here, Garden Green and for the trees. So I'm getting the Garden Green ink pad, and I'm stamping the trees in Garden Green. And I need 2 of them. So 1 and 2. Okay. And then we need to stamp the horse and buggy up here. And I have to stamp that one in Memento black ink. And I'm going to just stamp this. This piece is more than you'll need, so there's extra in case you make a little mistake or anything. So we will stamp this one right here. Okay, just like that. So there we have that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do some coloring. So I'm going to grab a very well loved, on the other side it's very well loved, so we'll use this side, scrap piece of paper. And we're going to color in the stuff for the trees and the sled. We're going to do the sled first, and we're going to get out my blends, and as I get them out I will tell you what colors we're using so you'll know, and then I'll zoom in and color it, and I'll fast forward that part. So you need Starling Sky Light, so I believe that is this one. Yep, so we need Starling Sky Light, Titanium Tide Light, it's my favorite new in color, and then Poppy Parade Dark. So we'll get the Poppy Parade Dark. Then we need Soft Succulent Dark. I'm not sure if this is the right. Nope, that one's the light. Or Soft Succulent. Soft Suede. No, it is Soft Succulent, and I'm pulling out a whole different color here. So sorry. Soft Succulent Dark. And then Ivory. And Mossy Meadow, and I believe that's this one, Mossy Meadow Dark. Yep. And then we need, from the natural blend, we need the one that says SU 400. These were in order, but I've been using them so much, so I'm not even, and I keep pulling out all the number, oh, right here, SU 400. Now that's just for the sleigh. Now for the horse, I need SU 500. That's SU 100. So SU 200, I need that one, and SU 500. That's 3. SU 500. Okay, so these 2 are for the horse, and then some Poppy Parade. But the rest is for the sleigh. So I'm going to zoom in so you can see me, and then I will fast forward. Okay, just want to make sure I'm in the camera zoom for you guys, and I am. So let's bring in the card so you guys can see me coloring them. Okay. Okay, I'm done with that. And now on the trees, I took and I stamped them in the garden green, and then I used the SU 200, and I'm coloring in the trunk, or the trunks of the trees here. Okay, so just like that, and I will probably let that soak in, and before I actually put them on the card, I may go over them a second time. I may not have to. Let me zoom you back out while I, oops, sorry, while I do this. While we put the card together. Okay, we don't need these, so we're going to move these off to the side for now. And we're going to bring in the little guy, and we're going to cut this down so it'll fit in there. Okay. You actually got extra because you're not even going to need that whole piece. Well, maybe you might need to cut out some snowflakes from it. I just gave you enough to make sure. Okay, we're going to put this on here. We are going to bring in my Post-it note tape. Stampin' Up! Does not sell this. I buy this on Amazon, and I don't have a link or anything for it. I don't do all that stuff. And I'm going to put this right here. Line it up. Get a piece of tape. I don't want it to move. There we go. If I didn't just move it, which I did. Okay. And then I have the tree. I'm going to line that up and then put this on the top, and we will die cut this out. Okay. Just like that. I'm going to move this out of the way. Okay. That's it. Take this out, and we're going to line up the other tree here. I'm just, if you can't see this, I'm just lining up the other tree. It's easier if it's a little bit closer to me so it don't move. Then we're going to take, oh, we definitely need that there. And I forgot a die. So I need to get into my little die kit here. And I forgot, I'll dump these out in here. I forgot the snowflake die. They give you 2 of them. And we're going to cut out, I cut them out 3 times. So, let's see. Okay. Okay. And there's the trees. And then let's see. Here are the snowflakes, all but one. So I'll get my little pokey tool, poke it out. And then we'll put all these snowflakes over there in the pile of stuff. Okay. And then we need another snowflake, and we need the little, I don't know, it looks like snow. Like a snow mountain, like a hill or something. So we will do these 2 together. Okay, put all them in there. And then we will crank this through. Okay, we're done with this. Put that out of the way. That in there, and then we will scrape this off. Maybe. Oh, they went to the bottom. They cling to the bottom. All right, let's get this all over here so I don't lose any of our parts. Okay, and then we need to, oh, you know what I did? I screwed this up, everybody. That's why there was such a big piece. Okay, before you die cut everything, because I made a huge mistake. So hopefully you watch the videos all the way through, like I say, blah, blah, blah. But before you die cut everything, you need to take these 2 dies. And if you had put them together, like pretend this was still together, you would have die cutted this out first. Then you would have used the inner piece that you would get and this outer piece right here to do all your stamping and do your die cutting. So because I've done these video or cards way ahead, I totally forgot the reason why I did this. So I have to get another piece out. But if you guys do it the right way, you will not have to have another piece of paper. So I got another piece of paper here, and we do have to bring in the big guy. And I'm very sorry about that. I should have thought about that before I did it, but I didn't, and it happens. And I'm too far into this video to retape it. So we need platform 1, we need 2 of the platform 2s, and obviously platform 1. So it's 1, 2, and 2 of the 3s. We're going to put this down. We are going to line these 2 up. Put this one down first, the bigger one. Then put this one inside it. And I'll show you what I mean about the stamping. So do all this on your card before you, and now I need some of this tape, and that all moved. So do this all before you die cut your die cuts and stamping. So this has to be done first. I'm trying to line up the squares because You want them kind of equal on each side, and then lay this down like so. Okay, then run it through your Big Shot machine, and these are using the rectangle shaped dies. Okay, so you're going to die cut that out. So then when you are done, the piece you need from your paper is this piece right here. This piece. So we need to cut that out first. So let me re-explain what I would have done. So these two pieces would have been together like this right here. I just want to make sure you guys do this. Then you're going to die cut this piece out. So you're going to put it on the machine, you're going to lay these two dies down, and you're going to die cut this piece out. You will end up with this piece and half of that piece left over there. On this piece, you would be able to stamp your two things and your horse on this extra piece. Then on the piece that you would have had left over, because this piece would be right here, like this, over here, you could have done this and your stars, or you could get some stars, you know, your snowflakes up and around different spots. I hope that's making sense. Somehow I'm going to cut this in before I did all this, so that way you guys will know to do that first if you're watching this video and you ordered my card kit. I'm very sorry that I screwed that up, but we fixed it, and hopefully you will forgive me. All right, so now what we're going to do is now we're going to put this card together. So what I did was I went ahead and I took the long strips. Stampin' Up! Sells these long strips. There's normally another, I always cut them down, but there's normally this, they're like the double this over here. And I am just going to put these right along the edge of this. Doesn't have to be like precise, like right up to the, like you don't have to be like we're making a shaker card. So it's okay if you don't have enough, just as long as you have most of it covered. Like this short piece here, I'm going to use that right here. And it doesn't have to go all the way to the corner, to edge. You don't need to do that. And then we'll put a piece here. And we will cut this. Okay. So now that we have that done, we're going to set this aside for a minute, and we're going to bring in our pieces. So we've got 2 of these, and I am going to go back over them in that number 2, because after it sits for a while, you start to see the green again, and you don't want to see that green color blend in through. So after it's set, then I go back over this with the dark color, and it just kind of goes away. It makes it black. A darker trunk. Okay. And I said that in the video that I was going to go back over that. Alright, so now we're going to put one tree right here on the edge of this. What I did was I lined this up to the bottom, because it does have to get cut off a little bit. So I lined this up at the bottom of my piece. So if you go and you remove some of this, pull it back, remove this bottom one altogether, and then pull this one up, pull it back. It's sticking to me. And then take the side with the lines and face it down. And I lined this right up to the tip of this, just the very tip of the edge of this. So it still has stuff to catch, down here, but you see how I have that little tiny piece? I can line it up right now and snip it off. And I could do the same thing if there was anything over there, but there isn't nothing. Okay, so now this is where your silicone mat, or you can lay these back down if you want to help keep it from getting sticky on everything. So we'll bring in our mat. We'll put this down here. So now we need one tree behind, like this. So I just went ahead and used some of my liquid glue. Put some on the bottom of the trunk, which, I don't know, this one ain't coming out right now. Why do everything happen when I'm videoing? Let's see if this one works. Okay, this one's gonna come out. Okay, and then I'm gonna stick this up underneath there. I got a little glue where I don't want it. And then I'm just gonna press down on it, just like that. Okay. And then I'm going to bring this one in, and I want this one on top of the tree, or on top of the tree, on top of everything here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put just some glue on the one side and a little bit on the trunk. I get some out of there. Yep. And then I'm going to put this one just like this. All right, now I need to put my sleigh across here. So I just went ahead and I used some glue. Now I didn't get any too much up here on his head and stuff because there's nothing for it to stick to. So I kind of stuck to like the bottoms of his legs and feet and everything. And I'm not getting any glue out of this one. Of course, it's because I'm videoing, so nothing wants to work. Oh, here's a brand new one. Okay, let's see if this works. Oh yeah, now this one's going to come out like Feast or Phantom. Oh, you know, one or the other. I don't get... When that happens, I dab it on my mat so that so much doesn't ooze out on me. That's just something I do. And then I kind of stick this down right like that. I'm going to take this and we're going to try to line this up in the center of this card like this. But before I do that, I want to stamp my message on here. And hopefully I don't make a mistake like I have been on this whole card. Okay, and it takes Memento Black ink. And what I did to do this, to make sure I got it in the center, you could do this beforehand, which I should have. I should have done this before I put the foam dots on. I should have lined it up on here, but I got ahead of myself and I didn't do it. You're going to take a very fine pencil and you're just going to put a little line right here. I'm making these a little darker, and then kind of put a little line over here. So it has to be within those lines that you want this to stick down. And that was about where I wanted it to be. I'm going to pull this in a little closer to me so that I can see what I'm doing. I'm kind of lining the M and the S up and centering it best I can to that. And it says, Merry Christmas to you and yours, just like that. Take your eraser, erase the lines. Now I'm putting a little more effort because I made them a little darker. Come on, get the eraser stuff out of the way so that you guys could see them in where how I marked them. Okay. All right. So that's how I did that. Now we're going to remove all the papers. Now I'm going to remove, the bottom one's already done, but I'm going to remove just a little bit of each of these. This is how I found that it was easiest for me to do it so that I could have time for placing stuff down. So I went ahead and I tried to line up the bottom and the top and pray nothing sticks before I have a chance to make sure everything is centered here and it's sticking to my hand, which is what I don't want it to do. Okay, I think that looks about good. So once you think it looks good, start sticking the spots that you peeled. Okay, then grab the corner, peel it off, stick it down, stick it down, stick it down. Whew! That's one thing I did right. And I didn't add any glue. You can add a little bit of a glue if you want, like a little bit of adhesive now. The thing I did to this card was take Wink of Stella and I added it on these little marks, only the ones that you could see. If you wanted to, you could do it ahead of time, but I thought it looked good. I didn't even squeeze it. Oh, thank God it's Wink of Stella, and you love lots of it. So we did that, and then I would take, normally I would take my little glue thing, but I don't know why that one's not working. And I'm going to take all of these little, snowflakes. I'm going to try to add just tiny dots here. And if this does not work, I'm going to have to show you another route. Okay, this is coming out very tiny. If I couldn't get these to come out real tiny, I would show you how I would have done it a different way. So I'm going to put, and that tiny was still too much. So I'm going to show you my other route of how I do this. And I'm sorry, I hope I'm in the camera. Okay, so my other route is to take some glue, put it right here, bring these over and barely touch it. And then I've got one right here. There you go. Then we've got 3 more. I want to make sure I have them up the right way. And I don't think I do. There we go. You don't want to put it in too hard. You don't want to put it in too hard because of that right there, for that reason. Because you'll end up with a ton on there. And then we'll grab another one. You could actually use some of this that you've spread around a little bit when you get a little too much. Now you do have a couple extra snowflakes. You can either use them or not. I just wanted to stop right there. And that is all I did for card number 1. Like I said, I will try to edit that part in so you know what you're going to do when you go to do your card. So there it is, everybody. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll be back with card number 2. Bye-bye.